Factoring from quadratic form. The objective of this video is to factor an expression that is in quadratic form. So first we want to recall how to factor using GCF, greatest common factor. So you want to see anything that is common in each term. So in my first term, I have 7, I have y's and I have x's. I have 49 y's and x's. I have 7 and y, and I have 70 and y. So I notice that y is common in each term. And now I have to figure out the greatest common. So there are at least 2 y's in each term. So that is a greatest common factor. Then I want to look at the constants, or the greatest common factors. Well, 7, 49, 7, and 70. 7 is the greatest common factor because it is the highest number that can go evenly into each of those numbers. So now in my parentheses, I'm going to write whatever is left over when I take out the greatest common factor, or basically divide by 7y squared. So 7 divided by 7 is 1, and I don't need to write the number 1 in math. Y third divided by y squared, well, we just subtract the exponents, so I'm just left with 1y. X stays because we did not take away any x's. 49 divided by 7 is 7. I had 2 y's, but I took them away, so now I'm just left with x to the 4th. 7 divided by 7 is 1. Again, we don't need to write it. And then I had 3 y's, but I took away 2 of them, so I'm just left with 1. 70 divided by 7 is 10. I had 2 y's, but I took them away. So this is my factored expression. We also want to remember our special cases. So this one is a special case. It's called the perfect square trinomial. I know it's a perfect square trinomial because I know my perfect squares by memory. So if I were to rewrite this expression, I can rewrite this as squares of a number. So I can rewrite this as 2x, and that thing is being squared. And I can write the 25 as 5 squared, which kind of matches my pattern. So my middle term just becomes 2 times my first term, which was 2x, times my middle term, which was 5, which would give me the 20 that's here. So because it fits this pattern, my factored form is just 2x minus 5 squared. Another special case is the difference of squares. Again, you want to know your perfect squares by memory, at least up to 15. This will make your life a lot easier. So n is being squared, and 5 is being squared. So if I am using this formula, then my answer is going to be n plus 5, n minus 5. The factoring using the sum and product method is one where GCF doesn't work already. It's not a special case. So you could do sum and product method. So first we want to multiply the first and last term. In this case, the first term is just the number 1. So 1 times 6 is 6. We want to list factors of 6. So 1 and 6, 2 and 3. And our goal is to get a negative 6, so that means one of the numbers has to be negative. So it can also be -1, +6, -2, +3. And then you want to identify which of those terms adds up to the middle term. So which one adds up to give me -5? Well, 1 and -6. So now I can break apart that middle term into its factors. So I'm going to have x to the 4th, and then I'm going to have positive 1x minus 6x minus 6. And then I can factor by grouping. So the GCF here is x, so we are left with an x. Oops, I'm sorry, I made a little mistake there. I'm not left with an x alone, I'm left with an x squared. So GCF here is x squared. So I'm left with x squared plus, I said squared and wrote 1, so I'm left with x squared plus 1. And then the GCF here is -6, so I'm left with an x squared minus 1. Sorry, plus 1. Because my two parentheses are the same, and then whatever is left over. You do want to make sure that this can't be factored anymore, in this case, and cannot. So these would be the two answers. So now you try and factor this expression completely. Pause the video, see if you can do it, and then press play to see if your answer is correct. Pause your video now. Okay, so step 1 is to multiply your first and last term. So 6 times 20 gives me 120. Then you want to list factors of 120. I listed quite a few factors, and we want to identify which ones will multiply to give me a positive 120 but add up to give me a negative 23. So that means they all have to be negative factors. So 8 and 15, when you add up, gives me negative 23. So I will rewrite my middle term as those factors. So -8, -15, positive 20. And now we want to GCF, factor by grouping. So we're left with a 2x, so 3x minus 4. And then here we want to do 5, well, -5. So we are left with 3x minus 4. Checks out. So 3x minus 4 can't be factored further. 2x minus 5 can't be factored further. Done.